My name is Justyna, and I'm here at Consensus 2023, and I'm here with Zoe from Phala. How are you doing today?
Very good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and then also you do a lot of work with Polkadot as well.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell the audience what is Phala and why is it cool?
Great question, yes. So Phala Network is a decentralized computation network, and we are now launching our Fed contract, which is actually a contract that runs in our off-chain network and overcomes all the limitations a smart contract has that runs on-chain. So think about a use case to build your own decentralized oracles, because we have a contract that runs off-chain. It can communicate with the smart contract and with off-chain data. So that's why Phala is pretty cool.
That's awesome. And so what inspired you to get into the Polkadot ecosystem in the first place?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What inspired you to get into the Polkadot ecosystem?
Yeah, so this actually started in 2018 when I lived in Silicon Valley, and I learned about Polkadot and read the white paper, and what really triggered me to get into the ecosystem was the innovation that Polkadot as a layer 0 brings to the blockchain space. So in it, other than Bitcoin, Ethereum or existing chains, it was really for me the innovation that we bring in to provide shared security, to build actually parachains on top of a layer 0. And I was like, cool, this is such an energy I want to be part of, and that's why I joined.
And how long has it been since then?
2018, like 5 years since then, yeah, so.
And what are you enjoying about this conference so far?
Yeah, Consensus is a great mix between really media-related content, right? I mean, it's coined as Consensus, but also developer-focused content, like developer relation teams are here. So for this year, it's a great conference to be at to overall push the branding. And also showcase our demo and like showcasing our latest technologies on a more high level, which actually pushes us to use very easy digestible language, which is always a good challenge for Web3 companies.
I think so, because you want to make sure that the user is understanding what you're doing.
Correct, yeah.
But I mean, other than fat contracts, isn't there another aspect of Phala people should know about? I mean, like, what is your, like, other than the fat contract and the real-world data off-chain, what is it that Phala, like, what's the idea and vision behind Phala?
So our, let's say, new vision that we are putting out is called like Trusted Extended. So we want to extend the trustless in a network. And it's really about the underlying tech that we bring, that we have our off-chain network with the on-chain network, which is our parachain on Polkadot. And we really want to overcome the limitations for people to use centralized cloud providers. But how they access this is mainly through Fed contract.
I see. So is it because the data becomes so digestible to go on-chain? Or what like, help me understand, like, because a lot, like, people use centralized storage because it's easy, it's accessible. So why would they, for example, migrate from what they have to what you're doing?
Yeah, so Phala is not a storage solution. We provide mainly CPU power, which is the computation. And on that sense, why people would use a decentralized solution over, let's say, a centralized solution is that we provide integrated privacy. All our nodes run on secure enclaves, so you can never access any information that's actually computed on the off-chain workers. We have 100% uptime, so to say, because it's a decentralized network. No one can shut it down, right? In differentiation to like an AWS or a GCP. And we have the scalability also on the off-chain part, because we have the blockchain network, but we have an off-chain part which you can actually scale up.
I see. So that's what you're saying. So you solve the part of security, but also the scalability.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So just to make sure that we got this correctly, it's taking the ability to have that computational power and making it decentralized.
Correct, yes.
Okay, so how would a company use that, let's say? Could you give an example?
Yeah, so our main users or target users are Web3 builders, right? DApp builders that build a dApp or decentralized application. And if you look into existing infrastructure, most of the dApps, these dApp builders or these applications, they still use maybe they use already an IPFS, like a decentralized storage, but they don't use a decentralized cloud computation. right? They use GCP or AWS. And that's what we want to replace. So our target users are these builders that are at the moment using centralized services, and we want to fully decentralize their backend by providing Phala network with Fed contract, which they can actually access and easily integrate into their dApp.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. The last question that I'll ask you is, do you think blockchain will lead to financial literacy?
Say this again, please.
What do you think blockchain could lead to financial literacy?
Literacy.
Yeah, like understanding finance.
Oh, yes, it can definitely. I don't think it's the main or the only thing that blockchain can do, right? In my terms, I think blockchain can also really help people understand to learn about data privacy, data availability, and like the ownership of data. That's more what I think is much more powerful. But of course, the use case of cryptocurrencies and like learning about how to invest and use cryptocurrencies definitely helps for these kind of learnings, how people actually see financial freedom.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much for your time. It's good to see you again, and I'm sure we'll see each other soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Institutional level, working with organizations like WIBC.